right here at the Hester House. It is a day of burying. I was going to bury out in that pool. Because I tell you what.
That we need to do something that cemented Hester House's future. And I appreciate what you're doing. I will say, I didn't vote for the proposal. You'll see I didn't sign it because the resolution rather. Because I thought we ought to have a community meeting first. And then have the community chime in about whether or not we ought to do this. Because whatever happens, it's going to impact you all.
My issue is with this board. I said, my issue is with this board. This board should have $2 to account and 20 people with the capability of raising money. It's the reason we can't have the UUC Hester House do not function the way it should be functioning. It's not a new problem, it's an old problem. It's a generational problem. The bottom line is until we get a functional board, then we're gonna keep getting these issues with the finance.
And all I knew is that the oldest community center, the historic Hester House, was suddenly being taken over by a governmental entity. And that has normally, not rarely has that worked in the positive light for communities like ours, rarely. So it looked more like a hijacking. And I think that's the biggest issue I have with the way it was done, because we had no idea that you all were even considering trying to take over this community center. Because even though I do know that they've had, programs for many, many, many years, I know that their programs have escalated. I know that their number of participants have escalated. I know that they're not doing badly. So usually when you're doing badly, that's when somebody comes in and they say, okay, look, we can help you, raise you up, or do this and the other. So, but none of that scenario was in place. So when I get information through whispers of innuendo and rumors, then I have an issue with that, because you all failed to even include any kind of communication with the community.
I think for this being the first meeting, it was being made more clear to the residents. Do I think more meetings need to happen? Yes, they do. Because you come to the community and ask the community what the community wants and what the community needs, and have a community discussion instead of just bringing information and shoving it down the throats of the community. So this was a good meeting. A lot more questions need to be asked, and a lot more questions need to be answered as well. But going forward, I think it was a good place to start.
I get it. I mean, quite frankly, if it was an underserved community, right? And a lot of the reason it's underserved because government's inaction. So any partnership with government, hey, I'm from the South Side. I get the issue, right? And so this is why this type of engagement is important. This is why that gap is supposed to be bridged. And so, hey, it is what it is, but this is what we're working for towards a better future. That makes sense.